There are some questions I get when I'm visiting with customers that I wish I had time to address it in more detail. And probably the biggest one that comes up at the moment as it relates to cloud is security. I think it's been an interesting evolution, the way that companies are thinking about why they go to the cloud and why they don't go to the cloud. And if you looked at it 3 years ago, particularly in certain industry segments where security and data privacy is important, in certain regions of the world, like some countries in Europe, for example, security has been sort of the number one objection put out there for why people don't want to run their applications in the cloud. And certainly 3 years ago, that was the objection, right? They felt like it was more secure to run these applications in their own data center. I would say certainly in the US, today, people are more agnostic about it. There's a belief that they're as secure in their own data center as they would be in a public data center like ours, for example, on Amazon. My belief is that in 3 years, that whole equation will flip, and the reason people go to the cloud will be because of security. When we looked at moving our applications to the cloud 3 years ago, one of the things that we did is we created a group called Infor Labs, run by our Chief Operating Officer. And the idea again was to build out a core competence around running applications in the cloud, and a key part of that was hiring a Chief Security Officer and building a world-class team under him that specialize in security. And this team works with our development teams to ensure that every line of code that we lay down is highly secure. What that means is that we have incredibly secure applications running on Amazon. And we also work with third parties that compete at Capture the Flag in Las Vegas and things like that, where they work on threat analysis, penetration testing, all of that. So they'll do things like they will actually try to break into our applications in the data center. And if they find loopholes, we close them and they come again and again and again until we have incredibly secure applications. And these are certified ethical hackers, so they are white hats, if you like. They're very, very good at this type of stuff. And what's amazing is when I think back 3 years ago, it's quite frightening because we hadn't done any of this, and most companies don't do any of this. It just makes you realize how sophisticated the cyber war has become. And it's going to be very, very hard for individual companies to compete at scale and build the necessary resources to win in this war. The same reason that enterprise software was created versus people building custom applications is the same reason people will go to the cloud for security. You simply can't aggregate enough scale, enough expertise, or invest enough money or stay current enough to win in the cyber war. So my belief is that when you look out 3 years, this will be the reason that people go there, because they'll go there because that's where the expertise, the scale, the talent, and the most security will exist.